Okay, ladies, so there's a difference between cutting our hair and trimming our hair. Now, even though they both involve a pair of scissors, there is a difference in the weight and the amount of hair that we're going to cut away. So remember that. Even though they both involve a pair of scissors and we're doing some cutting, there is still a difference in the way and in the amount of hair that we're going to be cutting away. So always remember, Shima girls, on my Shima Hair 21 channel, you have to unlearn everything you thought you knew about hair and listen. Remember, we went through that in a previous video. We have to unlearn everything we thought we knew about hair and listen. Because I am not speaking on something I hope or wish to achieve. I am speaking on something I have already achieved, which is waist length hair, black afro textured waist length hair that is still growing, by the way. And it's not just me. Okay, again, this is not to brag. It's not just me. So many other Shima girls have already either achieved their hair length goals or are on their way because they are listening. So please just listen, ladies. Now, let's start with trimming. This is what I mostly do with my hair. I trim it. My rule of thumb for trimming our hair is always going to be at least once every 4 weeks or as needed. And this is how I go about it. At least once every 4 weeks or when my hair needs it, I perform the search and destroy method, which is a very old method, by the way, ladies. I mean, I've been talking about the search and destroy method since I basically started YouTube way back in 2008. But of course, since then, there have been a ton of newbie Shima girls who have recently joined my channel and who may not have ever heard of such a term. Search and destroy? What is that? Right? And that is why I like to re-explain things. I like to re-explain things because for every one of us that knows what something means, there are at least 10 more of us who have no idea what that something means. Okay, and some of us are too embarrassed to ask. I ask you, ladies, do not be embarrassed to ask questions on my channel because we are here to learn. It doesn't matter how quote unquote dumb it may sound. Ask the question, ask away. Because when you are asking a question, believe me, there are at least 10 or 20 other people who wanted to ask that same question but felt too embarrassed to ask. And then when they don't know the answer, they continue to do the wrong things with their hair. And that's why they're not achieving their hair length goals. Okay? So again, I have no problem re-explaining anything again. Because again, that's why we're here, to learn how to grow very long, stunning, healthy black hair, afro textured hair, fairy tale mythical hair, the right way. So with the method called search and destroy, you're basically searching for and destroying / meaning cutting away dull, broken ends, also known as split ends. This means, ladies, that you are not cutting your hair in a perfect horizontal line like you see in some tutorials here on YouTube, or when you're at the hair salon, you see the stylist cutting in a very perfect horizontal line. That is not the way the search and destroy method works. Ladies, keep that in mind. Okay, you search and destroy the bad ends on your own, which means you are separating your hair in sections with a wide tooth comb. Sometimes I use a wide tooth comb, sometimes I don't. But I use what works best for me because I'm already very experienced. But I'm still separating those sections of hair, and we are searching for broken ends. And this is why, ladies, this is why it is so important to learn how to trim our own hair. Again, let's learn how to trim our own hair. Remember this video? Learn how to trim your own hair. The quickest way to lose our hair in less than 5 seconds is not through a bad chemical application. It is not through a bad hair dye job, a bad curly perm job, a bad texturizer job, and even a bad jerry curl job for some of my old school Shima girls out there. It is not through improper hair combing. For example, raking your combs and brushes through your hair from roots to ends. It is not during hair wash day, when once again a lot of us are still raking hair combs through our hair. And it is not through wearing tightly done hairstyles like ponytails, braids, cornrows, and even sewing weaves. The quickest way that we can lose our hair in less than 5 seconds is through this: a pair of scissors. These pair of scissors have caused endless amount of tears, endless amount of heartache, and endless amount of rage across this country and across the world in general. Whenever these pair of scissors, of course, these are not the ones that generally hairstylists use, but I'm just using it as an example. Okay, when these pair of scissors lands in the hands of a jealous and or inexperienced hairstylist, a friend or family member, okay, that is what happens. And this amount of heartache and tears and rage because they landed in the hands of a jealous and or inexperienced hairstylist, friend or family member. But today we shall focus on the jealous and or inexperienced hairstylist, because due to the fact that they are in a professional type of environment, example a hair salon, and they carry a license. In most cases they carry a license. We therefore put our trust and our hair and our hard-earned money in their hands. We tell them something like, oh, I just need a trim. Perhaps you just want 1/4 of an inch trimmed or 1/8 of an inch trimmed. But guess what? The word trim is not part of their vocabulary, apparently, because by the time you pick your head back up and you look back into that salon mirror, half of your hair is gone. Not 1/4 of an inch, not 1/8 of an inch, but half of your hair is gone. Now, I need to do a part 2 to this video because so many of you are still dealing with these happy scissor stylists. Stylists that just won't listen, and they cut off all our hair off. So part 2 of this video needs to come. Am I right, ladies? Now, when it's time to cut off those split ends, then you can go ahead and cut them away in a horizontal line like you see in some of the YouTube tutorials or at the hair salon. And why? Because your hair is too full of split ends. So when your hair is too full of split ends, performing the search and destroy method simply will not work here. Okay, so at the end of the day, Shima girls, remember, split ends are like fake friends. Cut them off.